completed in 3 days. They struck the enemy. The strong standing of the residents, together with the active protection of Iron Domes, have saved lives. And we send our best wishes to those who are wounded. The Shin Bet and the IDF have also started an operation of arrests of Islamic Jihad in the West Bank. The Israeli government has continued the policy of zero tolerance to terror. Those who try to hurt us will pay with his own lives. During the entire operation, we made an exceptional effort to prevent hurting innocent civilians. Israel will not apologize for using force, but seeing victims is heartbreaking. I want to turn to the people of Gaza. There is another way. We will know to protect ourselves against anyone who threatens us. But we also know to give life and work for everyone who wants to live in peace with us. There is another way to live, the way of Abraham Accords, of innovation and development. The choice is yours. Your future depends on you. I want to express my deep appreciation of Defense Minister Benny Gantz and alternate Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Chief of Staff Aviv Kochavi, Head of Shin Bet Ronen Bar, and to thousands of people, and to the people of Israel. Have who to trust. The people of Israel are in good hands. I also want to thank the opposition, to the head of the opposition, Benjamin Netanyahu, who showed responsibility and supported the government throughout the operation. I want to thank the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the head of intelligence Abbas Kamel, for their important role in the efforts to achieve a ceasefire. We continue to operate against them, to bring our boys home, until Hadar and Oron, Abera and Isham are not returned. Our job will not be completed. I met yesterday with the head of the municipalities near the Gaza border communities. They are strong. The people of Israel stand behind them. Together with Finance Minister Lieberman, we are bringing a plan to compensate the Israeli civilians. At the same time, the events of 9th of Av have also went along as they did in previous years in Temple Mount. I thank the Minister Omer Bar-Lev and for the police and border police for their efforts at the end of Tisha B'Av, together with the end of Breaking Dome operation, are an opportunity to remember that our enemies are outside, not inside us. We need to beware of self-hatred and face the challenges that we're facing.
Yes, that was Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid, and now taking the podium, Defense Minister Benny Gantz.
Good evening. With initiative, with right operational work, and with right coordination between the government and the operational systems, we achieved 3 goals: removal, the immediate threat, maintaining the free operation in various fields, and strengthening the deterrence, and making it clear that Israel is determined to defend its sovereignty and its citizens. We continue all the time with operational activity in order to maintain security in our country, to secure stability in the Middle East, and narrow the attempts to strengthen our enemies. If needed, we will embark on preemptive attack if needed. It's true in every one of the arenas, from Tehran to Khan Yunis. The military achievement is based on intelligence that we've built over years, on precision, on defensive systems, both on land and on the best aerial defensive system, and on responsible decision-making over the past year since the operation of last year. Israel runs a clear policy. On the one hand, a strong hand against any damage to our sovereignty and an effort to prevent threats on all arenas. On the other hand, a civilian, humanitarian, responsible policy while strengthening the moderate forces on the account of the terrorist organizations. I wish to stress that the Hamas organization is the one responsible for the Gaza Strip. Where the responsibility is not being used, we will operate with force. We'll use all our means, both civilian and militarily, in accordance to our needs. We will continue the effort to bring back the missing back to their home and our sons back to their borders. People of Israel, yesterday we marked the fasting of 9th of Av. In these days of grief and memory of the loss of the temple, we all showed solidarity. The fact that all people of Israel can enter the protected areas in order to allow the security forces to bring back the calm to the Gaza surrounding communities is not to be taken for granted. It shows that the fate of the Gaza border communities are the same as the fate of Tel Aviv or Jerusalem. With hope that we will see more of this spirit throughout the rest of the year. This is the only way in which we can deal with the challenges. I wish to thank Egypt and Qatar and the UN for their assistance. I wish to thank you, Mr. Prime Minister, for the responsibility on the joint management, also to the alternate Prime Minister and to the ministers of the cabinet. I wish to say thank you.
Yes, we're having some technical difficulties
I wish to thank IDF Chief of Staff Aviv Kochavi and to the head of Shin Bet, Ronen Bar, for leading the operation with determination. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, and that was Israeli Defense Minister Benny Gantz, who took the podium right after Israeli Prime Minister Yair Lapid, wrapping up what both of them are defining an extremely successful operation on behalf of Israel, a proactive one, a preemptive one, not reacting to the events in the Gaza Strip, but vice versa. And with me to unpack the so many talking points the two Israeli leaders mentioned is Mr. Iftach Bowman, Middle East